Sarah with Obadiah's, and today I'm going to show you guys what comes with your JA Roby cookstove. Now this particular model I have here is going to be called the Chief. Now the Chief model comes standard with a backsplash, a warming oven, and a side water reservoir. Okay, so the JA Roby Chief stove is going to be the first EPA-approved wood cook stove available on the North American market. So basically right now I'm just showing you how your stove comes packaged, because people ask, like, is this thing fully assembled? How am I gonna move it? How does this work? Okay, you can see the stove sitting on a pallet. Comes packaged quite nicely. This is your warming oven and your backsplash sitting directly on the cooktop of the stove. So I'm gonna walk you around, show you how it comes packaged. All right guys, located here on the top of the stove is your backsplash and warming oven. Now multiple JA Roby stoves have backsplashes. This here is the Chief. The Chief is gonna have it. The Cook LX model will have it. The Circio model is going to have it. And the Quiz Tot will also have it. Now those four models are all EPA approved wood cook stoves. Now the JA Roby Cuisinier cook stove also comes standard with a backsplash and warming oven, which will be packaged the same way. So it is located here on the top of the stove. I would say this probably weighs 50 pounds, maybe a little bit more. So definitely having two people to take this off of the top of the stove is going to be handy. I will get a helper to help me. So basically once you get this stood up, this is the bottom part that attaches to the stove. It simply screws onto place. So people ask, what can I remove to lighten the stove to move it? Basically, your doors can be removed. There are hinges. You can take out the pan drawer located below, and then you can also take out the fire brick. I would say overall, you can probably lighten the stove by maybe 150 pounds if you remove everything, the backsplash and those sort of items. So if you did order cook plates for your stove, they come packaged like this if you're looking for them. They should be packaged on the bottom of the pallet of the stove underneath the plastic wrap, okay? So look out for that. So as you can see, some of the bricks have shifted in here. We do have instructions on how to put the bricks back together if you can't find that. If you can't figure it out on your own, we do have instructions there. Located at the rear of the firebox, you can see a white insulation back there. So the firebox is fully insulated, and that white insulation blanket does lay directly behind the fire bricks. Giving you guys a rear view of the back of the JA Roby cook stove. This is going to be the Chief model, their EPA cook stove line. As you can see, there's a heat shield built onto the rear of the stove. This heat shield is what gives the stove extremely low clearance to combustibles, which is going to be 2.5 inches when using a double wall chimney. We do have two cast iron enamel cook plates that we did order with this model stove. They are packaged on the bottom of the crate. I set them to be laying down, but they were standing up vertical when the stove arrived. I just got done putting the firebox together. So that white insulation goes on there. And then we do have the firebox fully put together in there. One thing I want to point out, when your stove comes, your bricks are a little bit disassembled, and they do put cardboard on top of your air tubes. So it is designed for you to have to put together the fire brick inside your box. You don't want to just light it up. So they do give you these little half rounds. This is designed to sit on top of your wool here. And this is what's gonna hold everything in place. One question I get a lot of the time is, how does this warming oven get hot? So you can see there's a nice big airspace that is on the warming oven, and this mounts to the rear of the stove, and then the flue actually runs up through the center of it. So that is where your heat transfer from the warming oven comes. Now, warming oven temperature is going to vary depending on how hot the stove is actually burning. On average, I would say it's gonna fluctuate from anywhere from like 100 degrees, well, let's say 80 degrees, all the way up to 250 degrees, depending on how hot the stove is actually burning. If you guys do like our videos, if you find them helpful, we really appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up, like our videos, share them with all of your friends. And don't forget, you guys, the more likes, the more subscribers we get, the more videos we will continue to produce for you guys. So I hope that you enjoy this. I hope it's helpful for you, and have a wonderful day. God bless.